practice here, kind of at sunset in New York. Let's start with just kind of letting go, unwinding the body. So let's begin with some deep breaths. So taking that deep belly breath, let the belly fill with air, 2/3, chest last third, and exhale. Let it out again. And exhale. And one more deep one here. So deep breath in and exhale. Good. And so also before we start any of the postures in yoga, we're going to shake it out a little bit. So sometimes you can think of little knots that bind us and hold us. Maybe we've been like typing all day, driving, just a lot of this motion. Let's shake it out. So we call these like untying the knots. So letting the wrists roll around, let your shoulders move around, let your knees move around. If knees are okay, you can let in some jumps. And just even let the face go lower jaw, relax. A little shaking, let your head go side to side, just don't throw it back. It's good. And then stop. And even here, just like a little bit of Tai Chi. We're going to let the hands just move side to side. It's okay if the knees need to bend, if the foot wants to come off the ground. And just take a little bit of a wider stance and just let your arms kind of come around and give you this nice tap. You always tap, gentle tap, like on your body. Let the shoulders loosen. Sometimes people get home and they've been rushing all around, so you might need to unwind a little bit before you can do yoga. A little gentle. Even here, if your shoulders feel tight, you could turn your palms up. Just have your elbows by your sides, wrists also up. And you're just gently letting them go side to side. So all these little muscles along your spine. This is a nice way to kind of stretch them and get them moving. Nice gentle, so letting a foot come up off the ground. Even look behind me. So you can get this nice view looking out the windows. And then change it up. Then look straight ahead. As your arms go to one side, look right in front of you. If that's okay, you can even look over the other shoulder. So looking straight ahead, looking over that shoulder. Then looking over the shoulder. Just kind of stretching my shoulders. My back feels really good. It's kind of stretching all those little things like in my middle back. This is almost going into my upper back now. Like a little torque in the upper back. Good, and slowing it down, coming back to standing. So here, standing, finding equal standing, beginning with the toes. Everything starts and stacks their way up. So looking down at the feet, make sure your feet start to open up your toes. Spread them out. Even just for fun, can you try not lifting the toes, but just spread the toes out first, a little harder. It's okay if there's a little bit of space between your feet. Staying nice and tall, hips turning open, as if like something were holding the crown of your head up to the ceiling. The chest lifts. And you for a moment, inhale the arms off to the sides, and then keep the shoulders open, just like how you feel them now, but let the hands come back down. A little bit away from the body. And here we'll inhale up. Reach up, let your spine get long with the inhale, look between the palms, and exhale, folding forward. So if it's your first fold forward for the day, let your belly button draw in towards your spine. Let your knees bend, really bend, just to let your back meet your chest meet your thighs, and let your head hang down. Take another breath here. And then roll it up. Let the knees bend as if one verb at a time. Rolling up, back to standing, kind of like a zombie pose. Let the arms drag up behind you. Get some nice warm up in the back there. And here we'll do a few sun salutations. So I'll step the side so you guys can see me. Maybe I'll do the other side. Are you going to see the other side? So here, inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, letting the belly draw in. Protecting your spine, let your head go forward. Again, the knees can bend, head down. Inhale, look up halfway. So I think it's really nice if you can bring your hands up to your upper thighs. Nice long spine, look forward. Exhale, letting the knees bend, hands come to the ground, and step your feet back. Nice plank position. Here, letting the knees down to the ground. Exhale, really spread the fingers wide, elbows stay close to the ribs. Point the toes and inhale, lifting up. Like a modified upward facing dog. If you feel strong, see if you can then lift the knees up off the ground, and then exhale back. Inhale, come up to hands and knees. Inhale, we'll do a few cat-cow. So bring the hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart, make sure they're not together. And even for a moment, just testing the mobility in your upper back. Can you do a little rhomboid push-up? Can you let your chest come down? And then back to neutral. So it's just a little motion, but just kind of testing like your shoulder flexibility as well. So sometimes we don't go anywhere, so it just gives you an idea of where you can work. If you try this and you only go that far, you have to open the shoulders a little bit more. So let's curl the toes under. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Let the belly drop. And then exhale. Cat stretch. Draw the belly button in, chin comes towards your chest. And then inhale again, cat. And exhale. Cat was looking under. Inhale again. Drop the belly down, looking up towards the ceiling, and exhale. Cat stretch. Good. And then here, coming back, getting ready for downward facing dog. So again, spread the fingers if your hands are kind of cupping like this and not fully making contact with the ground. You really want to spread the fingers, press the whole palm into the ground. You want to kind of imagine like the four corners of your hand pressing into the floor, especially through the index finger. Here. That way your whole shoulder is working. If it's just kind of up at the whole shoulder is not engaged here, not fully participating. And then on an exhale, with the toes curled under, lifting the knees up, lifting the hips up. So here, for women, if you're menstruating, you can, or the hamstrings even feel tight, you just let the knees stay bent slightly. Otherwise, gently let the heels reach for the ground. And just like in downward facing dog, you want to walk the dog, so kind of stretch one heel out, one hamstring out at a time. And so pressing through the hands, and then letting both heels sink down. And deep breaths. Maybe 3 more deep breaths here. So you'll feel the shoulder blades spreading in the back. Hands still working and pressing to the floor. My feet are just hip width apart, not too close. And I feel almost like a hollowing in of my belly. And I just want to gently let my head relax. My head is heavy, my neck is relaxed, so I'm looking towards my belly button here. Last deep breath in. Exhaling all the air out. Look up towards my toes and inhale. Walk my feet to the front. Look up halfway. And then exhale, letting the knees bend, fold forward. Inhale to return to standing, get your stability. Reach the arms out to the sides. Like reverse swan dive, reaching the arms up. Exhale, back to mountain. And one more, a little faster this time. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend, folding forward. Really let the knees bend, let your head hang down. Inhale, straighten out the legs, hands to the thighs, gaze forward. And exhale, fold forward, knees bend, hands to the ground, step your feet back. That push-up position. Looking forward, slowly, letting the elbows stay close to the ribs, challenging yourself. If you need to, bring the knees down, trust the ground, point the toes. Slide your hands forward and inhale. So here maybe even a little slight upward facing dog, the knees might lift. And exhale, back down. Inhale, coming back to hands and knees, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Letting both heels sink down to the ground, reaching for the floor. They don't easily reach the ground. There's things called like a yoga wedge. It's a little wedge, and you can actually just rest your heels on it if they end up being higher. And looking towards the belly button, spreading the fingers, really pressing through the whole hand, not trying to let any weight just go into my wrists. I want to disperse it through my whole finger, all my fingers. And then looking up to my hands on an inhale. Stepping the feet forward, looking up halfway. Exhale, folding forward, head down. And inhale, take thumbs out by the sides, return up. And exhale, back to the stand. So here, letting the hands come together, let the knees bend. And if you feel energized, you can give yourself a hop. Open your feet hip width apart. Inhale, reach the hands up. And then exhale, drawing the belly button in, let the knees bend, and bring your hands towards the ground. So from here, if you can reach your toes, grab a hold. You can even do a little yogi grip, so grabbing with the 2 fingers and a thumb. And on the exhale, gently let your elbows bend to the sides. My shoulders are lifted away from my ears. And here, letting the head be heavy, the neck is long. So not that you have to yank too hard, but just a gentle tug, kind of opening up your upper back here. The eyes are open and looking through your legs. If you feel like you have flexibility, begin to let your legs straighten out. Maybe taking a last breath in through the nose. Good, and then inhale, releasing the hands from the feet. Bring the hands back up to the ceiling. Exhale. Bring my feet back together, hands to the chest, deep inhale. And here I'm going to turn my left foot in, turn my right foot out. So now I'm going to do a little triangle pose, turn the one foot in, turn the other foot out. Inhale, arms out by your sides. And then exhale, slowly taking this hand down. Finding a place to launch, maybe the shins, great. Let that hip roll open, both shoulders rolling open. Looking down to the ground, inhale, bring it up. Again, turn the toes in, turn the other foot out. And exhale, try the other side. Opening up the hip on that side, and not collapsing the chest, keeping the chest nice and long. Looking down to the ground, inhale, bring it up. And both hands down to the ground. Stepping this foot back, knees down to the floor. I'm going to step my knees to the right as I drop my hips to the left. I'm just almost like threading the needle, roll over onto my back. From here, press the hands firmly into the floor, walk your feet in, feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart, and pressing the hands into the floor, inhale, lifting the hips up for bridge pose. If the knees fall open, careful, keep them together. If you have a little yoga block, you can put it between your thighs to make sure you can keep squeezing out hold of it. So a little movement's okay, you just don't want to twist your head in this position because there's enough pressure on your neck. Slowly lay the hips down. Bring the knees into the chest, and we're going to roll it over. So don't worry about leaving your yoga mat, that's totally fine. You don't have to be confined to a little rectangle. Let the knees be bent, reach your hands forward and find a child's pose. Nice counter pose to your back bend. If too much for the knees, put a prop under the hips. And then come up. So again, just full range of motion here. Well, so we have some side raise poses, some forward bends, back bends, child's pose. And then in your practice now, we're kind of shaking everything out. We just bring our hands back together, bring them to your chest. And it's nice to think of an intention for your practice. So just think about what are you working towards in your life. You know, what makes your life special and worth caring for yourself. You know, what gives your life that special meaning. And think about that maybe at the beginning or the end of your practice. It's what will bring you back to working on yourself, working on your health. With all the little choices you make for what you eat, to how much you're sleeping, to how much movement you get during the day or night. So think about that. Thank yourself for doing this practice. And namaste.